Happy Sunday morning, everybody, or Sunday afternoon. What's that? Oh, in your own time. In your own time, Mr. Rajasthan Royals. Look at that. The Royals will turn up when the Royals want to turn up. Well, interestingly, we've got CSK versus Gujarat Titans today, and the Rajasthan Royals versus Lucknow. Obviously, Sandy's with the Royals. Supriya, hello. You'll be representing Lucknow Super Giants. Is it true that Lucknow Super Giants are more rare than the pandas that are in captivity right now? You know, the species. There are so few fans of Lucknow. I mean, because you're new, but well done. You'll be, you know, when they look back on it over history, you'll be like some wise figure, Supriya, that they'll look at like in a historical life. And here she is, the woman who started the Lucknow Super Giants family. You know what I mean? Like, there aren't many fans, are there? You're still very new.
Yeah, there aren't many fans, but hopefully if we win this season, then, you know, next season you'll have like too many fans. Then, you know, you'll be spoiled for choice, which one to get on your show.
I fully
then
agree.
You'll have to remember me that I was the first one.
Listen, there'll be no question about remembering who to bring onto the show, but it'd be more about, right now, I think if the Lucknow management are listening, they should name a wing of the stadium after Supriya and all these early fans. Like Darwin.
Tommy, I'm available for cash. If Venkatop plays me, I'm ready to move to Lucknow tomorrow. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to roll, man.
Oh, you're that easily won over, are you? It's all about the money, is it? I know Rishi. Rishi, there is no amount of money that would make him convert away from Chennai. No, that's it.
We'll do the puja for him as well.
Even with the season that they're having, right? Okay, hold on. We'll come back onto the playing in a minute. We are, of course, Fan Doosra. This is where we talk about the upcoming IPL games. But we're brought to you by Rario.com. They allow you to get your hands on NFTs. What are NFTs? Well, cricketing NFTs are little moments in cricket. Here is an example of a cricketing NFT. Check this out.
Some magnificent tattoos. Gives the ball an almighty thump. Not this time. Not again, Zahir Khan. Oh boy, he's a magician. You never lose it. Class is permanent.
Oh, that cream keeps rising to the top. The Zach attack at 41 years young.
See that? So it's like a playing card, like a little moment, like a signed match ball. It's a snapshot of that time. You can own a cricketing moment all through going onto Rario.com. That one right there. Go and do it right now. Get signed up. It takes 60 seconds, and they're giving away free NFTs for those people that sign up today. Why not? Just get one. See what it's like. See whether it changes your crypto world. Nothing's going to change about the CSK world, the crypto world, or any kind of world. CSK are playing Gujarat Titans. Both have nothing to lose, nothing to gain. It's a surefire hit. They are the only team that have qualified, Gujarat. We haven't got a fan from them. Hopefully someone might join us later on. But Rishi, what's today about then from a fan point of view?
Tommy, I believe today Chennai Super Kings need to give the bench strength a go, because I think we can't qualify for the playoffs. We've already seen the players that we've had. We've have a set of players who played the 13 or 12 games till now. So I think a few players getting a go would be good, because, you know, there'll be a big auction coming up next year as well. And we know a lot of players would be in and out of the team. So I think it's the right time to give the youngsters a go and see who can stay back for the next year and who's worth investing the money in.
So internally then, it's like a little exam, isn't it? Then it's more CSK rather than the rest of the league testing CSK. CSK are testing CSK.
Kind of. And plus, you know, it's not the season that we wanted to. Had we won those 2 or 3 close games, we would have definitely been in the race for the playoffs. But then again, you know, we're playing Gujarat Titans who've already qualified. It would be a chance for them as well to test their playing 11, you know, mix and match the combination, and then see how they can go about in the playoffs.
So what would you want to see tested? Who do you want to see having a little run out? Who's across the squad? You're like, look, there's something in that one. There's something in that one. Let's bring them out.
You know, one thing that I would definitely want to see is MS Dhoni coming top the order, probably one down, because that is something that hasn't happened in a very, very long time. And not sure if he will be playing the next season. So I would hope that he comes up the order, because we saw him in great form in the last game against Mumbai Indians. Had he had some backing from the players from the other end, he would have definitely gone and scored more runs for Chennai Super Kings. But then Mukesh Chaudhary, he's been brilliant. I would want him to go as well. And then Rituraj Gaikwad, there's Jagdishan who might get a game as well. So a few changes in the top order would do good to us.
Okay, future. Okay, just play with that, Tom. And is that you smiled as you said it? It's almost like you're saying you want MS Dhoni to go at the top of the order for the fans' sake. This is not to test anything else. We're like, oh, come on, let's just bring him out straight away. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens. That's a mazza thing rather than a tactical thing.
I mean, Tommy, he's been the kind of a player who's brought every glory to Team India. He's won everything for us. He scored those runs. He's been the best finisher in the game that we could have asked for. And these 2 games might be his last international, international games kind of a thing for IPL Chennai Super Kings. So I personally want him to enjoy those 2 games. Who knows, we might see a good old MS Dhoni knock from him. And Gujarat Titans, Hardik Pandya representing Gujarat Titans. So we know the bonding that's there, the respect that he has for MS Dhoni. So today is going to be a good game, I'm sure about that.
Actually, and as soon as we don't have a Gujarat Titans fan here, I think we can all safely say they've had an incredible first season. One which will probably make another debutant team like Lucknow Super Giants a little bit envious, but you're not far behind. You're right behind him. What's been so great about Gujarat Titans? Sandy, let me just ask you as a Royals fan, when you see Titans play, they've had a great season, 9 out of 12, I think it is now, wins. What's that come down to? What have they done so well this first time round?
As I said, this is going to upset a lot of their fans, but it was fixed from the start. They're going to play the final at Modi Stadium without Gujarat, so I think they've done that. But jokes aside, no.
It's a joke. You can't be throwing around words like fixed.
Yeah. That's what everybody's saying.
Hey,
that's what all the other fan bases are saying. That's what all the other fan bases are saying. It's all fixed.
No, they're not. They have played. They played. I tell you what, I called it pretty match 1, match 2. I was like, holy crap, these guys look great. Like, who are, they're covering them at Rishi.
Tommy, not sure if you remember, Mumbai Indians had a very similar season in 2020 where they dominated the entire tournament, and Delhi Capital were no competition for them in the finals. I think Gujarat Titans were the best team when it comes to picking players in the auctions, along with Lucknow Super Giants. I think these 2 new teams, but they were brilliant in the auction, the kind of a team that they picked up, and especially Gujarat, because what I feel is they have specialist T20 players. I think a lot of teams look at T20 cricket has big names, but then you also need to have those specialist players, T20 players in your teams, and that's what Gujarat and Lucknow did brilliantly in their auction. And I think Gujarat have a very similar season, and I won't be surprised. My wife has also called this out, that Gujarat and Lucknow are going to be the 2 team in the final, and then it is going to be anyone's game. Believe me, it is going to be anyone's game, and I would love to see Gujarat and Lucknow in the finals. Definitely, bring it on.
Hi. Look at that. Okay, Sandy, why do you say no so badly?
No, we want Rajasthan Royals to go into the final, come what may. That's what we want. But on Gujarat, to be honest, Hardik's captaincy has been brilliant. The way he's put the players together and the team spirit within that camp is on another level. I really didn't see that coming. And with Rashid and Hardik, that duo in their leadership, it's been good. And they've just managed to, every game when they've needed to step up, somebody has stepped up. Miller stepped up when he needed to. Tiwari, like Miller, who would have said Miller is playing good? He's played for Rajasthan Royals for 3 years. He's done absolutely nothing. He's played for Punjab before that. He had 2 good seasons, and then suddenly Miller comes to the party. So something in that camp is giving them that edge when it comes to close games. And to be fair, I've been very impressed with them. But the thing is, when it comes to the pressure now of the semi-final knockout games, I think that's when they might be found out. And so will Lucknow be found out today.
Oh, hold on. Wait. We're talking Gujarat Titans for the moment. Supriya, don't let him lure you in. That's what he does. It's all mind game. He did the same with me when we were dating back in the day, but he lured you in. Honestly, he's a magician with his words. Supriya, just about your fellow debutants, about Gujarat Titans, because we haven't got a fan here from them just yet. What have you seen in their gameplay? I mean, you guys have had a great season as well, but what have you seen that makes Titans the top spot team? Or should they not be? Should it be you?
No, I think we've played 2 matches against Gujarat. We've lost both our matches against them. So that does say they are a good team. I think their bowling is exceptional. You've got Mohammad Shami, you've got Ferguson, you've got Rashid Khan. That's like a world class bowling attack. And I think with the bat also, like Shubman Gill has come to the party in a few knocks, but he hasn't been so consistent. So I think that way Vriddhiman Saha has played really well. Hardik Pandya, he's promoted himself, and he's been playing so well. Then Miller, Tewatia, Rashid Khan in 1 or 2 matches. So I think their bowling has been consistent throughout, and with the batting, someone or the other, every match just comes and wins them the game. So I think that's what been good for them, and of course Hardik Pandya's captaincy. We didn't know before the season started; he hadn't captained anywhere, so we weren't sure what kind of a captain he'll be. But I think he's been really good.
It's all come together. They've got a well selected team, a team that's gelled, and a balanced side as well. Well, look, I'm not very good at maths, but I was reading a Times of India article, and it said 9 matches left and 512 possible combinations of outcomes. I don't even understand how that's possible, but I'm sure there's like if they're all variables and compound.
Some permutation, combination.
Yeah, right. But there's so when we talk about anything can happen, I think yes, Gujarat Titans are through, but then it's all very close. KKR have now upped their chance of going through. It's also busy with Punjab, DC, RCB. All of those combinations I think could change and vary very, very much. But let's not get caught up in maths because I'll get caught out is what will happen as being rubbish at maths. Okay, let's focus on the second game of the day. Oh, hold on. Who's your player of the day, CSK? Who's your Rario player of the day?
Rituraj Gaikwad, Tommy. I've said this in the show before. He needs to start getting us those big runs again. He needs to bat longer, bat deeper. The deeper he bats, the longer the innings is. I think the better position Chennai Super Kings will be in.
Would you keep Gaikwad for next season if you're back into the auction and you're back? Is he a firm, secure favourite?
Absolutely. I think, one season can never define a player. And it's not like he hasn't performed. He's had a few off games. He's had a good games as well. But we've seen that, Tommy, in this season. All the big players who've been paid big money have not performed. We've seen that with Ishan Kishan. We've seen that with Rituraj Gaikwad, other players as well. But I think, that's what the Chennai Super King management is known for. Keeping the faith in players, keeping them in it's kind of a family situation where you hold on to the other person, you believe in the other person, and then they start performing. We saw that in the previous season where Rituraj Gaikwad was the player of the season for us. He performed with Fab du Plessis, and this season he hasn't been that good, but that doesn't mean that we'll let him go next season. And we're not letting go of Ravindra Jadeja as well next season.
He's gone. He's going back to Rajasthan Royals.
We'll see that in the next auction, but for now, Ravindra Jadeja is staying. He's still a yellow.
He's still okay. For the moment, we'll find out. Find out whether it's a yellow, red light, or green light with him. Is he going? Is he stopping? At the moment, he's yellow. He's in the middle. He's caught that yellow light. Who's the Rario player? Can we just see the Rario player for GT as well, please? There you go. Rashid Khan, incredible player. Highest score in the league there. And Rashid Khan for your Rario player. So these are all players that you can own NFTs by. Okay, so they've done a deal. They're working with Rario, and you can own little moments of their gameplay. Go to Rario.com. Let me just show you very quickly how easy it is to sign up to Rario. Take a look at this. It takes 60 seconds. Click onto the Rario website. I did it like this.
It's so easy. You type in your email address first of all. This is it. This is step one. Email address. You can all do that. And then once you've filled that one in, you go down to the line below and you type in your username. I'm going with Big Tom. And then you put in your password. Make this unique to yourself, something that you're going to remember. And you have officially got yourself into the site. Then, of course, you've got to make sure you're not a robot by typing in the code. You hit submit. You wait for the email to come into your inbox and you confirm it. That's it.
Okay. 2 teams that definitely have got lots to lose. I think we've lost Sandy. There you go. But he's all right. He'll be back. You just like making an appearance, you drama queen. Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Hold on a minute. You're muted. Hold on. Say that one more time. Let's unmute Sandy. There we go.
I've got to keep my energy high. I've got to have my breakfast, and the paroti have been made, the cha's been made, the cha's on. So I'm dashing in and out. I've got to keep myself fighting fit for Shivi.
See, look at that. Look at the preparation that's going into him right now. And so, Supriya or Shivi? How come you're calling her Shivi? What have I missed out on the nickname? What's going on, Supriya? What would you like to be known as?
Actually, the thing is, on Instagram, my handle is Shivi, so that's why he calls me that. So the story behind it is I have two names. So it's Supriya and Shivani. So Shivi is short for Shivani. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So you don't get Soupy. No one calls you Soupy?
Thank God.
Okay, fine. So I don't know if it's a double nickname thing. Well, Shivi, Supriya, whoever you are, Gautam Gambhir was saying he did this thing went around, this little clip went around because he was talking to the team, talking to Lucknow, and he was saying about, look, it's fine. Winning or losing, it happens. You either win, you lose, right? You know the clip I'm talking about. But he goes, you guys gave up. And it was almost like, it hurt. Like it's like a dad talking to the kid, like, I don't care. I love you anyway. Just don't give up. How hard do you think words like that would have hit the team going into today's game?
See, I think I would kind of agree with Gautam Gambhir there because we have lost matches, but they've been close matches. I mean, mostly. And it didn't seem like we gave up in any of those. But last time, Gujarat, we restricted them to 144, which was really good. Our bowling did really well. But I think then getting all out at I think we got all out at 83 or 85. So, and no one really got going. Everyone's wickets just kept falling. So I think that's what he meant, that, we gave up. And that showed in the match, and that hurt us also as fans. I'm sure it hurt the players, when they heard Gautam Gambhir talking about it. So I think after that, I think they needed that. And today, hopefully, they'll come back much stronger. And, we've lost our last game, the first match against RR. So, that also should be motivation enough. We lost by 3 runs, just 3 runs. That was a really close call. So, I hope that we win. And, it's also other factors, hoping that GT lose their afternoon match so that we win and, we get that queue next to us and we also go on top of the table since our net run rate is higher than
Yeah. See, that's and it's always been like you've sort of snuck up on the inside lane. I don't know how, Lucknow haven't taken that limelight stage throughout this tournament, but you've obviously performed consistently. You've had some middle order concerns. I promise you, I'm not being a wind-up when I say I don't know how you've got second. Yeah, I get you should be up there, but do you know what I mean by that, Rishi? Help me out. You know the game better than I do. How have they done that?
Tommy, Lucknow this season is that kid in school who says, I haven't studied anything just before the exams and goes on and top the class. Simple. That's how Lucknow has been. They've had a brilliant team management. They have some amazing players. And the kind of games that they've won, I mean, the game against Chennai Super King as well, the last moment that they won, it's those small wins that have helped them, get to the top of the table. And I think it would be fair if they finish in the top 2 because they've been the most consistent team. And again, IPL, I am very happy that they've come up with a brilliant format where the top 2 teams get one more go to make it to the finals, because again, because they've been the best team in the tournament, they deserve another go. And I won't be surprised if they both finish top of the table. And I'm hoping that we beat Gujarat today, because again, beating table toppers would be something to be very proud of.
And CSK can spoil the party, because if we beat Lucknow today, then the CSK's last game is against, is it us? Yeah, we can beat them as well. We finished top.
Oh, look at that! He's lining himself up. It could still happen. And actually, Sandy, on that note, right now, let's move on to the Royals as well. You're gonna need Butler and Sandhu to turn up today. Got to Sandy.
Not really. If we have Nisham, we've made stupid mistakes in the selection of our players in the last 2-3 games. Every game we've lost, we've made a tactical blunder. And today we have to play Nisham. Jimmy at 6 or 7 gives us that bit of extra firepower if they put Ashwin up at 3. Like last game, Ashwin did well. Hats off to Ashwin, but we didn't have anything at the bottom end because Rassi couldn't hit the ball. And again, we were about 5 to 10 runs short. to posting a competitive total. So I think what we need to do, Josh needs to come back. He's had a few bad days, and now one day, one hit, and Sanju hasn't performed to the top level, but there's a game in them. They're saving themselves, they're saving the energy now for the playoffs and then the final, because they're just topping up that gas. And as soon as we've got through today, after we've beaten Lucknow, then we've got Chennai. We beat them, then we're on to Calcutta as the favourites to get to the final to Ahmedabad. That's the plan. That's the plan, and we're sticking to it, and we're gonna do it today.
And like Rishi said, the great thing about this league, it is the movement that can happen at this stage of it, and for various reasons. And now, if it all clicks, Rajasthan, we've seen some amazing firepower from Rajasthan, right? If it clicks, that can all change. This conversation about Lucknow and GT being at the top, it can all move around. Rish, I'm gonna ask you, because again, you're neutral out of these two, and I know what answer I might get from Shiv or I might get from Sandy, but who's got it today out of these two teams, based on what we've seen so far and what they've got in them potentially?
To be very honest, it's 51-49 in favor of Lucknow, because I won't say it's evenly poised. But Tommy, one thing to see is Rajasthan have been a brilliant team in this tournament as well. They've had some really good games. And I think Sanju Samson has been a brilliant captain this season as compared to the previous ones. But again, they've lost, I believe, their last game, and their performance in the last few games hasn't been up to the mark. And Lucknow Supergiant, after that Gautam Gambhir talk, I think they would be really, eager to get onto field and, prove him wrong and get that big win on the board. Because I believe, Lucknow winning would also mean that, the last two teams, the last two spot is going to make even more interesting the fight for the last two spot.
We don't want that. We don't want that. I've had enough tension in my life, to avoid that. So today we will win. We will take it there. Again, good point by Rishi. But the thing, Rajasthan is the only team out of all the games we've played, we've lost. We've only won one toss in the whole IPL. And you look at the toss winning and the win ratio, it's very high. And we're the ones who have lost the toss so many times and yet won the most matches by losing the toss. And we've always had the unfavourable position, either batting first, the teams are put of us. And now batting first isn't a disadvantage anymore because the due factor isn't there. So again, that will be coming to play. I just wish we win the toss today. Even if we chase or win, or win the toss, either chase or think, I think we're better there. I think Lucknow, maybe if we can roll at them first, get them for a low total, I think we'll win the match today.
And Tommy, sorry to interrupt, but I would love to see Lucknow win. There's another reason as well, because if Lucknow wins, Rajasthan Royals stay on 14 points of 13 games. That means, RCB still have a chance to qualify. And RCB is my second favorite team, and I would love to see Faf du Plessis win an IPL trophy.
Tommy, know RCB is my worst team, so
it's going to be very interesting. The only problem with RCB is that they have a horrible net run rate. The one game that they lost big time I can't remember the team. Yeah, the big collapse that hurt their net run rate. But again, I'm hoping for a big win for Lucknow, and they can dent Rajasthan Royals net run rate as well.
I love it. I was trying to think of something, Sandy. You saying you lost the toss, but you still got Joss. But don't be cross. I don't know. Something like that. And actually, it's who's going to come out, really, isn't it? This is it. This is that part of the season. But who's going to turn up? It's whether the guilt of Gautam Gambhir, Gog, is Gog going to make you slog? I don't know. I'm trying to find more catchphrase, right? The guilt of Gautam is hanging over Luck now. You've got a team like Rajasthan that have got everything to kind of prove now and get themselves in there. You can't just leave it to the newbies to be dominating the league. So it's going to be very interesting. The talk about Badakal, Sandy. Can we just focus on him, because I think when you talk about it's not how you start, it's how you finish. He's coming good now. I've got hopes for him today. What are you thinking?
And another tactical blunder from Rajasthan. He was batting good at 3. They then dropped Yashasvi after 2 games, and I really rate Yashasvi. And then they put in opening, and then he just basically slowed down his pace. So that's why I said if you bring Rassi Van der Dussen in, and then you got Particle, you've got no firepower, because Particle has been making his innings a bit slower and then trying to find out. Then he hasn't made that big score like we thought he would. But again, Padikkal is playing well. But again, he's playing better in a defensive role rather than an attacking role. I think when he starts to attack, he's been getting out, and that's why he's been a bit more sensible and a bit more cautious in his batting at the start. And then suddenly he gets the 35 to 40 scores, which are, to be fair, good scores in the T20. So, as I said, Padikkal is in form, but again, you've got to get that combination right, and we haven't managed to solve that big problem for us. Is that number 6, number 7, who can bowl the one over in case Kuldeep or one of the bowlers gets hit? We haven't been able to solve that, and I think that's the big thing that we need to go into this match. And that's why I said today, if Jimmy Neesham plays, I think it'll be very good for the balance of our team. And then our balance of the team against their bowlers, which will be interesting because Avish Khan has been really good. And Mohsin Khan, who I can't believe is in the Indian team after just a few matches. Again, you've got to take your hat off to him and say, look, yeah, he's bowled well. So they've got a very good team, bowling attack, but our batting against their bowling, I will still favour our batting over their bowling.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, Shiv, to get thinking about the changes you want to make. Just while I read out these, or any changes you might want to make to the squad at this stage. But I'm just going to say hello to a few people. Hi to, is it Partha Sarka? Your name rhymes. That's amazing. Partha Sarka. So it's like Peter Parker from Spider-Man. Who's that? It's Partha Sarka. And a first comment, yes, hello to you. Hello to Savio, who says he says to Ankit. Says, hey, Tommy says, although Ashwin has done well, whenever he's batted at 3, RR shouldn't experiment at these stages of the tournament. You're right. No, I don't think it's experimentation time. It's get it right time. Supriya, what would you want to make changes-wise to your to your squad going into this game?
See, one change this I've been hoping that the team makes before, like since 1 or 2 matches, is that Stoinis hasn't really come to the party. He's not bowling. And, I think he comes too much lower down the order and, he's just not been able to hit that much. So I feel that, they should give Evan Lewis a chance instead of Stoinis, because when he played initial few games, he did seem good. And in the game against CSK, when we were chasing a really high target, so that time he made 55. So I think one change, I don't know if they'll make that or not because they spent so much money on Stoinis. But I would like to see Lewis coming in place of Stoinis. And last time they put Karan Sharma instead of Ravi Bishnoi. I mean, just to increase the batting, I feel. And I think they should go with that because right now also our batting does seem a little weaker. And bowling, we do have quite a few options. So that stays. But Lewis for Stoinis, I'm hoping they do that today.
Okay, there you go. A few little changes, a few little tweaks there. We're just going to hear who your Rario players are. Your Rario players for you, Shiv? Who is the official player for LSG?
So today I hope KL Rahul or Quinton de Kock, one of them need to fire because whenever one of those get to a good start, then our team does really well in batting. So for me, it's going to be Quinton de Kock, hoping he does well today. And I hope he gets to a good score. And if he stays, then our team has a higher chance of winning if he can just be consistent.
Definitely. We have seen that. When de Kock has fired, you guys have gone on to win. The only games you've lost is when the openers have not had a good time. Yeah, Sandy, who's your player?
Well, I'm going to go for Prasidh Krishna as the antidote for Quinton de Kock and KRL. If we can take 2 wickets in the power play, then we will be fine. And then we have Lord Parag. So it's Etawar today in the country. So I will be going to the Gurdwara, which is today going to be Edgbaston. And then we will pray that Lord Parag ki Jai will happen today and Lord Parag will see us home because he hasn't performed in the last few games, but hopefully today Lord Parag will play alongside Prasidh Krishna because I think if we get a couple of wickets early on in the power play, then it's only Hudda that I really fear. And please keep Stoinis. I love Stoinis. Keep Stoinis. We don't want Evan Lewis near the team. We would rather have Stoinis and Kama. No Bishnoi, please.
Okay. Right. It's that point of the show where we like to get some fighting talk going, although it's felt like there's been a nice amount of fighting talk already. Rishi, I'm going to start with you because I do want to hear what's going to happen today. If GT haven't turned up, maybe it'd be symbolic of the way in which the game's going to go. Maybe they're not going to turn up today anyway. Maybe they don't feel like there's any need to. So, Rishi, your 30 seconds to tell us why CSK need to cause some damage today, please, starts now.
I mean, there's nothing much to say, Tommy. Their fan didn't turn up, and that's more than enough. They don't have any fans. Even if they do, they're so scared to turn up. So I don't know what fighting talk to do, but I guess it's going to be an interesting game because, again, two good teams. I'm not saying that Chennai Super King has been a brilliant team in this tournament, but overall, Chennai Super Kings, we know, has been on the best team in the IPL. And Gujarat Titan, they performed brilliantly. Table toppers. So like I said, beating the table toppers would be very satisfying. And I hope that happens today after the last horrible match that we had against Mumbai Indians. So Sunday afternoon, I'm going to enjoy my Sunday afternoon. So let's see what happens.
Thank you very much. Great work. Look at that. Then maybe this is going to just cause a bit of damage. And you're right, actually, for a side that's got so much history to it, to not have a great season, to then kind of go, well, in the end, we beat Gujarat Titans top of the table convincingly. And they'll still want to win, the Titans. They don't want to lose that momentum. It's not like they're going to go into this half-hearted. They're going to want to keep that consistency going for their own team mentality sake. So you do that, and that's some serious damage. And that's a nice boost for you guys. But now, Rajasthan Royals versus LSG, a bit of fighting talk. Which one? We'll go ladies first. So Sandy, you're up.
You're lady, mate. Huh? Ladies first, yeah, super.
It's 2022. We're all ladies.
No.
I don't understand how it works. Okay, you're going to go first. Sandy, you go first because I think you'll get the fire stoked for Shiv to come out fighting. You see, otherwise she'll be too nice. So Sandy, your 30 seconds starts now.
So I'm going to be nice to Shivi. So I'm going to sing a song so I'll make everybody happy. Shivi, 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 can't you see the Royals are going to hypnotize thee? Joss is going to shoot today. KL Rahul, you better play. Yeah. Fight. It's time to end the fighting talk. Lucknow, it's time. Ready to walk. So there we have it. That's going to happen today. Lucknow, it's going to end.
I love it. I love it. To the tune of Notorious B.I.G. He raps.
Exactly.
He's a Rajasthan Royal fan. He lives in England. He's representing the mother. He is truly a global superstar, Sandy. Right. Shiv, over to you then. Your 30 seconds starts now.
So like Paji said, KL Rahul, you better play. So I would say the same. Please play. Last time Trent Bolt got him out first ball duck. So I hope he plays today. And today we have a lot to play for. We have to prove Gautam Gambhir wrong. We have to, make the fans happy. And I feel that today, if we win, we'll get qualified. And, personally, I have already booked my tickets for qualifier 1. I am going. I hope they make it to the top 2. So I hope they do well. And our bowlers will be amazing today. And overall, it'll be a good game. And hoping to recover from the loss that we had against Rajasthan last time. It's revenge time, and I hope we win.
Done. It's revenge time. That's what she's saying. It's time to get you back. And hey, look, a girl's already bought her tickets. Hey, look, you bought your tickets. He's already packed his winning kacha for the final. So don't worry.
Exactly.
Some people get well and truly ahead of themselves.
Mate. Josh Butler's bring the trophy home. I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for the party.
Street parties in the Midlands. Listen, guys, thank you so much. It's going to be a great day of cricket. I love Sundays like this as well. Different reasons to watch the games here. I want to see CSK perform. I want to see what the Titans are going to do when they turn up. And of course, a bit of a crucial game for Rajasthan Royals, particularly, I suppose, to get themselves secured into that top position. Right. Enjoy the day of cricket. Enjoy the IPL. Thank you for your time. You're all wonderful. You're all lovely human beings, and I love you all. Until next time, see you later.